yes. Starters 180 discussion. Div to A to D. I'll start with OPAR, which is array operations. Move down step by step. So, array operations, you're given an array. You can you repeat, you do operations such that you choose consecutive three elements and then remove these three and replace them with the maximum of ai plus 1 ai comma plus 1 ai plus 1 and ai
Ah,
plus 2 plus 1 basically. Let's kind of
mm,
draw. If you choose these three, you will do plus 1 to this, plus 1 to this, and plus 0 to this. Take max. Now, at the end of the day,
mm,
you want to figure out the maximum possible final element, right? So, people might go directly in terms of whatever max element, how many
okay.
numbers to the left and right you check, and then depending on that, you get the answer. Now,
Mm,
that might be the answer, but what I thought of is simply assume every element. If I want to keep this element at the last, how much addition will this element have? Okay, how many times will this element get added? So assume,
oh, 10 by 2.
huh. Now let's say this is the element I want to pick. 4 here, 4 here. So how many times will this get added?
10 by 2
Right,
times.
no, right by 2 and
Ah,
left
sorry,
by
right
2.
by 2.
Why is that? No, why am I saying not n by 2? Because what if I choose here? I can't do n by 2 operations with this being at the basically at the corner.
Right.
Now, for example, I have three elements here. If I choose this, I can't add one to this number, right?
1 is 0. Right.
Yeah, so I have to add 0, which is basically left में there are 1, right में there are 1, so 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is 0. So basically
Mm,
for
okay.
every element, I just do this ai plus this, and yeah, I choose maximum among all of these elements. That's it. If you check the code, I iterate over every element. Left में firstly there are 0, right में there are minus 1, and now I just do same formula. I decrement right, I increment left. That's it. Understood?
So I
Yes.
was I was doing something what you mentioned in the very first time.
Hmm.
But why do you think it's wrong?
Even I was
Wrong.
doing something different.
Yeah, because for example, let it be 8 and 8. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Assume it is 1, 8, 8. Your maximum value index technically might return this, right?
But if I keep updating the max element, then like if I
If you
traverse
keep
one,
updating, still like the issue will remain because let's say it is like this 1, 1, 8, 8, 1.
yes, yes.
Now here 10 is the maximum, but if you choose this, you can do only till 9.
So like I was aware about if you have max, if your max element is at the second position, or if you take zero base index, then one and n minus two. If it's
No,
at
no,
that position, then
it doesn't really matter which position. Like this is in terms of like second position, also fourth position is an issue, sixth position is the issue. Like all the different
even.
positions, like many positions are the issue, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Huh. So like even for this case, here the best case is 12, while this will only do 11.
That's
Or
what I did. Like
you
मैंने
can
पता है
try
क्या
iterating over all maxes, but then instead of iterating over all maxes, it's better to just iterate over everything, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I did that.
हाँ.
मैं iterated over all the maxes and max का पोजीशन चेक किया अगर वो इवन पोजीशन पर है तो उसमें मतलब +1 हो जाएगा और पोजीशन पर है तो उसमें कुछ ऐड नहीं होगा
As in,
बट
let's say I have this error. What are you doing?
तो मैंने मैक्सेस ट्रैवर्स किए सारे सपोज मेरे पास जो 8 है वो कौन से पोजीशन 0 1 0 1 2 3 फोर्थ पोजीशन पर है
Hmm.
और नेक्स्ट वाला जो है तो वो 5 पोजीशन है तो इंस्टेड ऑफ टेकिंग द मैक्स व्हिच इज ऑन 5 इंडेक्स आई विल टेक द मैक्स व्हिच इज ऑन 4th इंडेक्स
Okay.
अभी 8 में क्या प्लस करूंगा मैं 8 में ये जो जितना मेरा एरे का साइज है ना दैट इज 9 है ना
Hmm.
9 बाय 2 करूंगा 9/2 ऐड कर दूंगा इसमें
Okay, correct.
दैट इज हाँ 4 12 आना चाहिए अभी भी आंसर 12 ही आ रहा है आई गेस
But what if I don't have an 8 in the even index?
तो वो ऑटोमेटिक वो 5 में ऐड हो जाएगा फिर वो 11 आंसर आएगा मैंने -1 किया उस एक बार कोड दिखाता हूँ बट फिर भी नहीं चला
Okay.
एक सेकेंड
Wait, no. Tell me your.
एस एस अक्षत 193
No, div.
मैं अभी div 4 पे ही हूँ क्या कौन सा जो सबसे छोटा div है उस पे ही हूँ
Where is
हाँ
Akshay?
साक्षी
Yeah. Ah,
दिखा
Akshay.
था
Yes,
अभी
yes, yes.
हाँ प्रॉब्लम 3 ये वाला नहीं है ये वाला मैंने ट्राई किया था ये वाला तो दूसरा अप्रोच था
Yeah.
लेयर देन बोन्स नहीं लास्ट इसके पे एक पहले वाला नहीं इसके भी पहले वाला ये
This
वाला
one.
हाँ ये वाला अप्रोच
Mm, you're getting the max.
एंड अगर वो मतलब इंडेक्स इवन पर है वो जो आपने बोला था ना 2 कॉन्जिक्यूटिव अगर सेम पोजीशन पर आ गए या फिर एक इवन पोजीशन पर एक ऑड पोजीशन पर है तो मैं सिर्फ इवन पोजीशन वाला स्टोर कर रहा हूँ इंस्टेड ऑफ ऑड पोजीशन वाला
Okay. नहीं but. What was it? 91111188146. This is 12. And this is 11.
आई डोंट नो कौन सा एज केस मिस हो रहा है इसमें
वो जब सेंटर पे आएगा वो वाला मिस हो रहा है।
नहीं वो सेंटर वाला केस हो रहा है इसमें थोड़ी सी हाँ इधर रख दिया ना
हाँ ये रख दिया क्या हुआ पर आगा क्यों
0 1 2 3 4 इवन इंडेक्स तो है थ्री 4 it's not considering only right
हैंडल कर लेते क्या
print res AFI 8 4 आ तो रहा है
शायद सही से अपडेट नहीं हो रहा है
probably
जा लॉजिक तो मतलब सही है बट
हाँ लॉजिक शुड बी करेक्ट लाइक इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में इशू है ओ उधर 4 जाके वापस 3 आ रहा है. ओ हियर इज देयर इशू नो.
ओ इंडे ओ शिट ठीक है समझा।
एलिफ डालो ना आई थिंक. And idx equals -1. idx equals, I think this should work. 12 है.
Print statement. Oh, नहीं, okay.
नहीं.
इधर तो print रह गया था कुछ. Oh,
3-3 हो रहा है।
0 ले रहा है idx को. Print idx. ओह
अपडेट नहीं हो रहा।
हाँ हाँ वो 1 के बाद अपडेट नहीं हो रहा. रुक ना. मैक्स ऑफ ए. सिक्स जीरो टू 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 वन. हाँ ओ रेज
2-1 पे अपडेट हो रहा
इधर मैक्स है. ये टेक मैक्स अहेड पिक पहले हम्म.
है। अरे
तो
ठीक है।
हाँ whenever you're doing like never update max and then do something on max while you're iterating. Store max पहले no.
हाँ हाँ
It's
ठीक है
always
ठीक
better. Yeah. Now moving on
एक
to div 1a and div 2b. Shall we play the game? Now
यस
at every round you either add or subtract 2 into I minus 1, 2 raised to I minus 1. So basically I'll add 1 2 4 8 16 blah 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 blah. Now as the game progresses, x be the maximum score, y be the minimum score. Alice's goal is to minimize x minus y, while Bob aims to maximize it. Assuming both players play optimally, determine the final value. Now, from the test cases itself, you can sort of get a hint. First move, Alice has no other choice. Like either adding, subtracting doesn't really matter. So 0 1 is your first move, right? Let's say these are the powers which I need to add or subtract. And this is the min and max, okay? This is the power, this is the min, and this is the max. Now what will Bob do? Bob will just increase this because that is better. So you get 0 3. Now will Alice add 4 here or subtract 4 here? Always she'll subtract, right? So you get like this -1 3. Correct. Now you are at minus, and wait, I'll also add current. So current is 1 3 minus 1. Now what will Bob do? Will it add 8 or subtract 8? Subtracting 8 is always better. So you do minus 9 3 and your current is at -9. Now 16. Same thing. Now Alice won't subtract but it will add because it's negative. So you get -9 and 5. And you can just simulate this, okay? Now Bob will add 32, so you are at 37 -9, and then you I think end up at -27. No, wait. 37 minus 64 minus 27, yeah. And then 37. And you are at -27 now. Okay. Let's see the difference. Max minus min. How is it changing? 1, 3. Now this is 4. This is 12. This is 14. Wait. No, इधर wrong है. क्या कर रहा है? हाँ, correct है. 14. Then it was 37 plus 9, 46 and 50. Now if you see here it is plus 2, here it is plus 1, here it is plus 8, here it is plus 2, here it is plus 32, here it is plus 4, and so on. And if you see jumping from here to here, you're multiplying by 4, and here to here you're multiplying by 2. And yeah, that is it. So you can just get these values by adding 2, or like either adding odd or adding even. Now I'll formalize it thoda अच्छे से, if you just stay with me here. No wait, 4 करना है मेरे को. There must be some mistake here. There was plus 4 here. 16 I will check.
मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम ये फॉर्मुलेशन वापस समझा मैं कैसे हो रहा है 2 raised to i-1.
हाँ, तो at every index either you will add plus 1 2 raised to I minus 1, or I will subtract 2 raised to I minus 1. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. Either you will add or subtract. Okay.
Right.
Now Alice goes first. Bob, Alice, Bob, Alice, Bob, Alice. Correct? Yeah?
Right. हाँ.
So now, whenever it's Alice's turn, अगर current max है, like there is max and min, right? Some x and some y. Now if your current value if x is current value and x is max, so then what will Alice do? Alice will subtract,
Right.
and Bob will add. Same thing if this is the current value. Alice will add and Bob will subtract. That is the simple strategy which everyone will follow. Both of them will follow, right? That is the optimal. But wait.
अच्छा ठीक.
बस वही करना. I think wait. Let me remember थोड़ा. 0, 1, 0, 3. Now if Bob. अरे हाँ. This is not the strategy. Sorry. This is the old strategy which I was thinking. तो ये किया. हाँ. So now, अरे simple है. I think हाँ बराबर. No wait. But मैं ये क्या कर रहा हूँ? There is something simpler. अगर बॉब का एंडिंग टर्म है तो 0 1 0 3. Now I'll end up minus 1 3 and he'll be minus 9 3. Minus 0 1 0 3 0 7. He'll end up at 50. तो ये बेटर ही रहने वाला है. अरे ठीक है ठीक है. So now strategy is a bit different. That is why I थोड़ा my intuition. So this might be your intuition, but now the case is wait. मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ?
मैंने क्या किया, बॉब हमेशा एलिस का साइन कॉपी करेगा एंड एलिस बॉब का ऑपोजिट साइन करेगा. सो पहले प्लस प्लस होएगा, देन माइनस माइनस होएगा, देन प्लस प्लस होएगा, देन माइनस माइनस होएगा एंड इससे
हाँ
करेक्ट से
वही है. बट 5 मुझे मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? 3 4 5 मुझे तो याद नहीं है मैं क्या कर रहा था. हाँ 16 है इधर. बट वेट, why won't this strategy work then? So here you did plus plus and then I'm doing minus minus and then plus plus, right? Wait, let's just formally do this. 0 0 1. भाई echo किसका है? अक्षर
एक
तेरे
सेकंड
mic
बंद
से
कर
echo
लेता
है.
हूँ.
Ah, 0 0 0 1 then 0 3 minus 1 3 minus 9 3 and then minus 9 plus 16. हाँ इधर इशू था बराबर. 7 आया इधर. एग्जैक्टली मेरा एडिशन इधर रॉन्ग था. दिस इज नॉट 5, दिस इज 7. इसलिए इधर 16 आया. एंड देन थिंग्स चेंज. बट हाँ इन जनरल व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज, अभी रुको. हाँ अभी ये फर्स्ट 0 0 देन 0 1 0 3 minus 1 3 minus 9 3 minus 9 7 then minus 9 39 then 39 minus 64 minus 25 39. ऐसा होगा. This is how your maxes are changing. Basically, at every turn, agar if the current is like the same logic which I had shown, if car equals max, then Alice subtracts, Bob adds, else Alice adds and Bob subtracts. यही है strategy. But now I'm just saying the pattern between the differences. Okay. Now x minus y goes like 0 1 2. This is क्या था 4 then 12 then 16 then 38 then 46, something like this. So when you're going from here, like here you're doing +1. No, wait, no. Either say 1, but here it's 2, here it's 8. अरे क्या
3 नहीं होएगा
नहीं 3
2
है
का
sorry 1 3 है sorry 1 3 तो
30 रहेगा
रुक लिख ही लेता हूँ 4 then 12 then 7 plus 9 is 16 39 minus 9 is 30 हाँ this is 30 39 plus 24 is 64 हाँ now अरे हाँ. Now going from here to here you're doing +2, you're going from here to here doing +1, here you're doing +8, here you're doing +4, here you're doing +14. Wait, कुछ तो अभी सोच नहीं पा रहा, but in general what I am doing is whenever it's even, the even power you add, like basically what is happening is even position पे you're doing +x and odd position पे you're doing into x and odd position you're doing into y. Okay, plus y, sorry. At even you do plus x and odd you do plus y. Now in the next even I do +4 into x and next odd I do +4 into y. So this just keeps on going. Now you will just see the pattern. Abhi ye to I don't know, something is happening here, but yeah, so that is what I'm doing whenever it is even, starting from 2 because of first wala case is thoda edge casey, and then starting from 2 I just either add even and then multiply by 4, or I add odd and I multiply by 4. Even starts with 2, if you see over here, starting with 2, and odd starts with 1, that's it. And now whenever it's these type of questions, I usually have a mod template ready, so I don't need to do mod here, then mod here and so on. So that is it. The mod template you can get from Cactel itself, KCTL, this thing, content, number theory, and mod the arithmetic. This entire template, you're sorted. Now that is it. That is how you get it. Now you can directly simulate also, plus x करके plus y करके, but I just wanted to do it like this because वो minus में modular arithmetic थोड़ा iffy हो जाता है. And yeah, now her easy is a very fun problem. Basically you need to create SMT with only characters ABC such that no two characters are same and the longest subsequence is K. Exactly. No two adjacent characters are same. So now what is the easiest SC you can make? AB, 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 AB. Correct? Yes, no.
Yes.
Now let's try to make a T which has exactly K. Now let's go from the base cases. There are 2 letters. When there is only one, I can have a B here, C here, or an A here. Correct? So my K can be 0 or a 1. Fair? If it is A तो 1 होगा, or else 0 0. Correct? Basically, A comma A gives me 0 and A comma B gives me A comma A gives me LIS 1 and LCS 1 and A comma B gives me LCS 0. Fair? Now moving to this K, like n equals 2 wala case. Here I can have AC, I can have BC, I can have C, I can have AB, wait, I can have AB, AC, BC, BA, CA, CB. Correct? Now let's see the LIS between these two. This is 2, this is 1, LCS, this is 1, this is 1, this is also 1, and this is also 1. So if you see over here, 0 I cannot make. 0 is not possible. Correct? And for 2 and 1, if you see, if I just consider these two only, AB and AC, I can make everything, right? I don't need to look around here. Cool. I'm showing you this so that afterwards I can show the exact pattern of what is happening. Okay. Now ABA, same thing. I can have ABA, ACA, ABC, ACB, BAB, BCB, BCA, and then many more. I can have CAC also and stuff. I can have CBC also. Now this gives me 3, this gives me 1, this gives me 2. Correct? And I can show you that 0 is not possible over here also. So now I can make, now for ABA, if K equals 1, I have CSC. K equals 2, I have, no, I do CSC. If K equals 2, I have ACA, and if K equals 3, I have AB. Now last I'll just show you AB. Over here I can make AB, which will give me 4. I can do ACAB, which will give me 3. Or I can do ABAC, which will give me 3. Then I can do ACAC, which will give me 2. And if you try you can try anything, but 1 and 0, not possible. Now you might say that over here 1 can be possible if I choose anything else, right? Let's say I choose ABCA. Okay. You can test among all the possible combinations. You will always have at least 2 common. Like you can just try out brute force everything. So now from here I saw कि if n by 2, k is less than n by 2, then answer is -1. Okay. I tried for 5 6 also, just to be like for sure about my approach. But if k is less than n by 2, my answer is -1, and this is floor. Okay. Now if n is odd, no wait, now if you see over here, now let's just make the candidate ones and just remove this. For 2 I had AB and my candidate was k equals 1, it is AC, k equals 2, it is AB. So now, if you see, I'm just using CA, AC, CA, right? So what I thought of is, let's just keep T equals AC, 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 AC. Okay. Now over here, what will be my K? Currently, LCS will be with, let's say, S equals AB, 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 AB. My LCS is N by 2, and this is seal. Correct? If you see over here, hello. So LCS is like just basically all A's are the LCS. Now if I want to have something, if K is greater than seal of N by 2, what can I do? Very easy thing. I can just replace a C with B, right? And I'll increment by 1. Correct? Do you see this? Hello.
Yes.
Huh. Now only case left is K equals 4 of N. What do I do over here? If you can see like this, if it is ABABA and K is 2, then T I just make CSE. See, now there are only 2 A's, and if you see over here, I am doing CSE. That is the main logic behind this CSE. And yeah, so that is it. When it is something like this, I start with AC, 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 and then replace a B till my K satisfies, or else I start with a CSE. Simple as that. If you see the code, where is my submission? What? Oh, my submission. If you see the code, I am base case. I think this is not required. I just copy, paste this. I think this should also work. So this is just easier. I can show you in my VS Code better. So now if K less than N by 2, I did -1. Now S and T. Firstly, I put everything to S. S is just AB, AB, AB. Now even odd I'm making, because if it's N mod 2 and N by, like basically floor of N by 2 is K, then I swap C and A, or else I don't swap C and A. That's it. That is the main reason for even and odd. Otherwise it's pretty much same. Now I make, this is basically, I make AC, AC, AC or CA, CA, CA. I calculate the LCS, which is the number of A's currently, which is total. Now I iterate over all the indices in the T. If T is C, then I change it to B and I increase total. And I do this while total is less than K. And then just print S and T. Simple as that. Make sense? Hello. Make sense or not?
Yes.
हाँ.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is C, like div to C, and now coming to div to D. I was very proud to do this because this is kind of a mathy problem, math DP problem, and I am weak in these type of problems, but I could solve it. So let's go. And yeah, now looking at the problem, it might seem overwhelming, which kinda it is. even yeah. So I'll just try to break it down to as simple steps as possible so you can solve it in the next contest if something similar comes up. Now you're given an array A. Some of these elements are missing, which is -1. You can replace it with any character, any number in the range 1 to k inclusive. For each possible valid array A, f of A is the number of non-empty strictly increasing subsequences of the array. You need to calculate f of A for all possible valid arrays. Okay, let's just see, let's just take n equals to, k equals to, and it is -1 -1. Now in the example, like in the all possible arrays they are given, so I'll just write those here. A equals 1 1 1 2 2 1 2 2, and now number of subsequences for this is, wait, I'll just bracket it up if you can see. So this has 1 1, that's it. This has 1 1 2 and then 1 2. This has 2 and then 1, and this has 2 and then 2. Okay, total is 6 plus 3 9. This is 9. Now how do you even think of getting an answer like this? Okay, now looking at the constraints, you can do n into k. Basically 5000 into 5000 fits into the time limit because it is 2 seconds and 5000 square is 357 2e7, barely 0.2 seconds, so they'll fit easily. Now what do? Whenever it is these kind of counting problems, number of something, always think of dp. So now I directly went on to dp, and dp also very specific dp that I'll have to, whenever I get a -1, I'll have to iterate over all possible values of -1. So my transition is O of n, and usually dp time complexity is space into transition. So now I wanted O of n square, transition is O of n, so space has to be O of n, correct? Now if space is O of n, transition O of n, I have solved the problem. Now how can I make space as O of n? That is very important. Now space as O of n is basically I iterate over everything. dp of n, basically dp of I denotes number of subsequences up to up to index I. Okay, but wait, there is a problem. I can't directly denote anything and stuff. Like, problem is n square dp I can't do. n square dp not possible. Space n square transition n is just hell. I can't do that. I need to do something better, such that for every index at max I iterate over k. That's it. Whenever it's something like this, I think in terms of, let's say that I have an previous state of k plus 1 size. It has all the possible permutations, all the possible subsequences, and this denotes subsequences ending at I. Ending at. Okay, now here I just thought कि assume it is like this, then forget about everything. From current state moving to the next, how do my values change is all I looked for, nothing else. So in this problem, in the first state only, earlier it was 0 0. Then when I encounter 1 minus 1 minus what is my value? Number of subsequences ending at 1, number of subsequences ending at 2. So I have either 1 or a 2 to place here. So both of them are 1 1. Do you follow this? Basically, if I only have one element, one index, and there are two possible values, so number of subsequences ending like this is 2 1 and this is 0. Just add 0 like this because that is important. So this is 0 1 2. There are one subsequence ends at 1, one subsequence ends at 2. Now then, what do I need over here? Okay. Now if you see, how many subsequences end at 1? 4. And how many subsequences end at 2? 5. Though I need to somehow convert 1 1 to 5 4. Okay. So now I was thinking, and once I have this definition, number of subsequences ending at I. Okay. Now if I have some previous subsequence, those subsequences will at least remain in my new, when I extend the array by 1, basically array, I add one number here 2, the subsequences previously I had utna to copy, like those will remain, the number of subsequences won't change, won't decrease, right? तो ये 1 1 तो रहेगा ही. Now when I'm at a minus 1, I have k different choices. So these previous subsequences, previous number of subsequences, I should multiply with k, right? Why is that? Because let's say I have I have two numbers only, but I have k equals 3. So now I have 1, 2 and 3 here. Here also I have 1, 2, 3. So now all these numbers will occur in, if I consider this as a subsequence, only 1, only 2, only 3, Now how many times only 1 will occur? Excluding this part, remove this, I don't need to consider this. In the entire array, so like there will be possible 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. There are 3 places where the first index is 1. 3 places where the first index is 2. 3 places where third index is 3. So that is why how I came up with कि जितना भी ये है, if I am at a -1 over here, then I do k here. So now moving on from, in this case k is 2, so I have 2 over here. Now strictly increasing here, and this is only for the past subsequences, right? Now I need to care about my current subsequences कितना हो सकता है. So now assume I have some x over here. I am at the index I. When I put a 1 here, what is happening? The number of subsequences, like the number of different subsequences before me, utna times this one will be the starting subsequence. Basically assume it is 1 2 3. There are different possibilities of this being there, and then now I'm at current index I. If I want to start a subsequence from this number, from this index, what will happen is number of arrays, different arrays of this size, utna time mera start I hoga. Does that make sense? Basically number of different arrays of length I minus 1. That will be added to both. Here there are 2 different possibilities. So here basically here you do 2 plus 2 plus 2. And now one more thing, which is left is, now I have considered starting at I. But what about this I being the end of some other subsequence, right? This I being the end of some other subsequence just denotes पूरा sum up till 2 minus 1. Basically, if I am at dp of x equals dp of x में what I'll add is past arrays, num arrays before me, plus num subsequences plus basically the summation dp of x minus dp of I such that I goes from 0 to x minus 1, because number of subsequences ending at 2, if I am at a 4, okay, this 4 will be included in this number of subsequences. Number of subsequences ending at 3 is my dp, right? So I need to add all of these 3 2 1 0, all the subsequences ending at 3, ending at 2, ending at 1, ending at 1, ending at 0, I'll be adding to number of subsequences ending at 4. So this is it. And this, instead of iterating, what you can do is, this is just prefix sum. Correct? Prefix sum of previous state. That's it. So now more formally, I'll just show the code. It is a bit complicated. Here also mod template is very useful. But So now I have initialized the dp k plus 1. Earlier everything is 0 0. And now basically if you do, and if you see, either there was 1, so I am adding plus 1. And here this is how you get 5 and 4. Now dp of k plus 1. And past is 1. Basically number of arrays, number of different arrays which I can make. This is 1. Now for every index I to n, I first calculate the prefix of the previous state. Pretty simple. And now if ai is not equal to minus 1, I am fixed, right? I can't do anything. So what I do is I just add to dp of a of I. I just add prefix of a of I minus 1 plus past. Basically past में number of arrays before me. This is just prefix. Pretty simple. Now else, now you're at minus 1. When you're at minus 1, past values get multiplied by k. So the dp gets multiplied by k. And then for every k, what I do is, every j which is 1 to k, I just add past plus prefix of j minus 1. That's it. You can do like this also. And doesn't really matter. And then at the end of the day, now my past arrays multiplies by k because I have k different choices now. So that's it. And then at the end of the day, my answer is addition of all states, because I'll have to add all the number of subsequences ending at I at index n. That's it. Make sense? I guess, yeah, and this is once again the dp template I have. So everything just becomes very straightforward. Yeah. Cool. I guess then bye bye stream. See you hopefully tomorrow if my performance is good.